robot that's teaching everyone is giving a little bit of a lecture on history. He had to actually, well, he had.
When is the other person? You said it was Monday?
Yeah.
Alright, Terrence can do Monday then. Get rid of him for now.
Okey-doke. In any case, Unity has, okay, we have newbies, so I have to do a little bit more of a primer this time. The Unity faction, after, sorry. Okay, you are currently in the home system of a faction within the Galaxy of Corrales that is known as Unity. Unity is a fairly newish faction that started in a nearby system, and recently had to actually, well, I shouldn't say recently, 16 years ago, had to retreat from that sector. But as far as a lot of the youth are concerned, that sector should be theirs, and they should go and reclaim it. Orlina is one of the people that's been kind of spearheaded this and has implemented a little bit of a plan, although she hasn't really shared the details with much of anyone. Now, once or twice a week, you guys are all brought up to a space station where you are taught very different classes on things like local history, and you go through trivia, having to do with your group as well as some of the systems and some of the nations around here. There's been a rumor recently that there's going to be some big Unity meeting up on the station that's going to be happening at some point, although being kids, they haven't told you when or where. Oh, well, sorry, they'll told you it's going to be on the station, but they have not given you any more specifics beyond that. Incidentally, just make sure you can move your characters on the map, please, when you get a moment.
Yes, I can.
Alright, I can.
Okay, so you guys are all brought up on the station to do your regular map. Now, when I say rolls in this case, Orlena's not one that's going to be rolling on these ones, just as a footnote.
Yeah, because I did mine yesterday.
Okay, so the morning starts, and the PAL training robot that's teaching everyone is giving a little bit of a lecture on history. Let's give me a quick roll to see if anyone's paying any attention.
Alright, for those of you who haven't been in before, there's already a macro for generic D100 you can use. Hey,
Oh, was I supposed to use?
Yeah, side note, this is going to be in your farthest back slot, the stressed roll.
Stressed intel.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're rolling your stressed intel on this one. You're
Stressed
still looking for a
intel?
crit.
So, Nodvik... Well,
yep,
Nodvik
14 is my quarter stat, so... It's not a crit, but it's successful.
Oh, there we go. Willie, you have just picked up the history skill, the local history skill, at rank 1.
But, yeah,
good.
So go to your skills and put in local history and give it to yourself at rank 1.
Yes, done.
Okay, there we go.
No? Yes. Alright.
And yes, the sequence might be a little bit different than yesterday. As you're going from the first section of your lesson today to the second. Let me get a GM layer and get this guy moved. There we go. Token layer, there we go. Wish there was easier toggles on this. As you're ending up the history sequence of this, heading towards the next section. A numduck, a species that's mostly rock-like in terms of its appearance, having a exoskeleton made of a calcium carbonate substance, knocks on the door and heads in. He interrupts class for a moment. Pal seems somewhat annoyed that class is being interrupted just before going into the trivia section. Grax turns to the class and says, "Sorry to interrupt. I'm just here to talk to Orlina for one quick moment. I just need to give her a couple messages. I need to let her know that her cookie is supposed to be completed and delivered at some point tomorrow. And also, in addition to that, would you like me to bring you a bag of chips when it's delivered?"
Yeah, please.
Oh.
Please bring me the bag of chips.
Cool.
And cookies coming?
Yep, your cookies will be here tomorrow. And in any case, sorry, pal, I didn't mean to interrupt. I'll head out now. Pal rather unceremoniously looks at him angrily. And he says, "So, yeah, tomorrow." And he then pauses before going out the door and says, "Oh, and by the way, the meeting is tomorrow as well. You should probably know." At which point he rather unceremoniously heads the heck out.
burrows through the floor.
Now he walks back over to the elevator. You just can't
Yeah.
see him because the door is closed.
Yes, a very laborious thing to do. Just take of
Grab him. There we go. Move that over there. Alrighty. Okay, the rest of the day goes fairly uneventfully. Give me one more roll for the trivia section. See if you guys managed to actually learn anything during that.
Trivia stress test. Oof. Oof.
Lily's rolling crap rolls.
Okay, Nodvik and Willie are yelled at for interrupting class several times while they're talking amongst themselves, apparently. And apparently Alex joins in as well. Hal can't really do much to get you to actually be quiet because he's programmed to not actually hurt people.
He is programmed to swear, though, thanks to Orlina.
programmed not to harm his students.
Actually, one thing he does, one of the auxiliary things he does, and I'm using the word teach very loosely, is when you guys go on your lunch break, he sits and runs a subroutine in which he does nothing but swear, which is Orlina's doing, predominantly.
Ted did not help.
So if anybody stays during lunch break, they can actually learn swears in alien languages. Anyway. At the end of the day eventually comes, and you guys get an opportunity to head down to the surface for a little bit to gather up any of your things. At this point, Orlina has basically said, let everybody know on the ride down that tomorrow's the day that you all are going to try to make a break for it and try to get out of here and try to get back to the old system so you guys can retake it.
Mm-hmm.
Fancy that.
So she tells us all that?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, is there anything you guys are going to try to see about grabbing before you head back up? Do so, and let me know, because, you know, if there's any generic items that you'd like to have on your character that you haven't thought to add them now, please. I'll give you a couple days to think about it.
Can Lily get within a catnip?
Yep.
Do we worry about food and water in this, or not so much?
It wouldn't be a bad idea, seeing as it's about a 2.5-day trip.
I'm gonna get a thick borax fish bowl to sleep in.
Okay, before you actually head up for the next day, Orlina heads by with a couple canisters that you're supposed to load into your backpacks. Apparently, it's jump ship fuel for the ships you guys are going to have to swipe.
All right, can I grab 5 days of food rations, 5 days of water rations?
Yeah, good idea.
That's better than my idea.
Flashlight. Always useful.
You said flashlight?
Yeah, flashlight.
Okay. Oh, okay, I did hear that right.
You did hear that right.
Okay. Wasn't sure if that was an A or an E. We'll just go with A and E.
Out of character, is dear old dad going to be present during the next part?
Yeah, he is technically there.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should see him before then or after
Yep.
that.
Okay, so in any case, then of course the evening's uneventful, no big deal. You guys basically get yourselves mentally and physically prepared for the next day. As the next day, the shuttle comes to bring you up for class the following day, because we do actually have 2 in a row in this particular week. It's funny that it was scheduled that way. And as you arrive for class, you're brought into the classroom, and over the course of the first part of the day, once again, they're going through and giving you your history lessons. During this while you're in there, you actually hear a lot of thumping and all kinds of noises. People are heading down to this meeting. Some of them are thumping, some of them are talking, but there's apparently all kinds of stuff going on. From the sounds of it, it's got to be a big deal. There was a rumor you heard that the last known Eschalar, which is a 6-armed species, the ones that were initially in charge once upon a time of the system that you guys fled from, the last known remaining Eschalar is actually visiting from a nearby empire known as the Midnight Fellowship. And she's coming to the station, and it's a big deal. Apparently, she's going to do a tour of some ship that was the last remnants of their society, and meeting with Unity, who they haven't seen in ages, and this whole kind of thing. So you guys are brought up to the station, and it looks like you've already done your rolls for the morning history class, and Nodvik learned something. Yay! Give
That's
yourself
weird.
local history at 1.
I thought the second row was obscure.
Oh, no, we haven't gotten to that part yet. You still have to do lunch.
Okay. Ah.
That's the second part of the class that was interrupted on this day. Anyway. Alrighty, so after sitting in there for the first part of the day, lunch time is declared. And give me one moment to get my map updated here. And at this point, you guys can head down by where the garden is, where the meeting's going. And let me get to GM layer and...
It's lunchtime? Alright, let's see if Lily gets visions of a rabid bulldog.
There we go.
Of a rabbit. Oh god.
Oof, nope.
Trying to use random empathy. Got it.
Yep, telepathic image.
So if you'd like to head your characters down to the left to where the park is, that's where all the meeting is going on. Now there's a number. Now there are representatives. I can't speak all of a sudden. Of most of the major empires that are nearby, some of which you recognize, some of which you don't. Now, Rin there is one of the current leaders of Unity, as well as there are a few others there that are involved with that. One thing that a lot of them are talking about and are very happy about is that somebody that's involved with a group called Thorn now, who recently changed from one empire to another in terms of who he's working with, called Yeladric, they actually had apparently believed was dead. But he managed to actually survive in an escape pod after this big war that broke up shortly before the departure. So there's quite a bit of chatter about that going on, and the Eschalar, whose name is Vichy, is sitting there talking with one of the Unity leaders named Rin.
Yep, that would be me. Big note: I do not have control over the
No,
character.
I did not give you control over the character.
Yeah. Additionally, her nameplate has disappeared.
Oh, well, I can fix
Yeah, I see that too.
I'll fix that.
it. Okay, I'll let you fix it.
Lily's gonna run up. Oh my god, you got 6 arms? What? Is that even possible?
She looks at you and she says, "You are the second damn shusher that's come up." Wait, what are you? Are you a shusher?
I'm a Cheshire, yes. Oh my god, I can't believe there's 6 arms.
She turns to Rin and she says, "I called it right this time. The other one was a pygmy Tarzan. You're the second one that's come up to pester me."
Yeah,
A second
I'm
one?
really curious about that. Yeah, earlier today.
Yeah, there's 2 different lunch periods.
Yeah, she came in here with my daughters and and Orlina.
To be honest, I'm just glad they're interested in someone else for once.
Oh. Your daughters? You have a daughter here?
Yes. Well, okay, not at the moment. Honestly, yeah, I'm sure you'll meet up with them soon enough.
Okay. She randomly sees something else she's gonna go run off and play with in the bushes.
Bugs.
Distractions is a thing. Okay,
Yep.
after mulling around for a little bit, and incidentally, give me a roll right quick, everybody. This is just a
Which
basic.
one?
This is just a basic int roll.
Target number would have been 55, so I failed just barely.
35.
Lily noticed something?
Ooh, so like you see lots and lots of cows everywhere. Cows.
You find your own shadow.
Which Lily's gonna continue to play with.
Okay. Well, Orlena's roll doesn't count in this instance due to circumstance, but nobody else rolled insanely low. Okie dokie.
That rolled low, technically.
Hmm?
It was Lily that rolled low. She just has her name set to Orlina.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Sorry about that. There's actually a rumor that you hear from over one of the conversations. They're talking about a new ship that Thorns produced that they actually brought by here. They've apparently taken their wolf line and actually created a stealth ship of that line finally.
Ooh, a ship.
glasses here. Okay, after a bit of wandering around and milling around and getting a chance to meet some of the ambassadors and hopefully not making too much of a pain out of yourselves, the bell sounds and you guys are called back to class.
Oh, I want to hunt bugs.
You know, with such a high goal number, I don't know how you failed that, Naza.
That's hilarious. I love it.
I don't know. It doesn't matter unless I get a crit success anyway.
Incidentally, as a footnote, if anyone has any skills like empathy or this and that in terms of their knack that they could actually use just for the sake of practicing, you're welcome to make a roll on that as well.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing it.
Yep, I know that's why you're doing it. I'm just cluing the rest in.
So long as you have a valid reason to use it, or you can validate a reason to use your ability, you can use it at any time.
Yeah.
It's just, if you start doing it like every 5 seconds, you might be told that no more credit will be given.
Or if you actually already get to the point that you're ranking up for the day.
Yeah.
Okay, as you guys get back in class, I'll wait a moment for everyone to get their tokens moved across this massive freaking map.
I said all three of their names.
Position where I want to take off the 2 markers on the token, because they're just covering the faces of both of my characters.
Mm-hmm. Okay, after everybody heads back to class, he starts the trivia portion of it, and this is more or less, think of it as almost the pop quiz portion. And he's going to get about halfway through that, so let's give it a quick roll to see if you pick up anything during that brief time period.
Which one?
Stressed again.
Okay.
Yep, stressed int once again.
My phone decided to roll twice.
We're used to that.
Yeah,
Campaign.
Willie managed to get the base skill, but not up rank.
The?
You
Yep.
got a 16 out of 16, which means you can add it to your sheet. Do not put a level.
Yep, just put it in put the check in there as used, which means you can level it. You're eligible to, if you'd like.
Okay, so which one? Which one is it?
Obscure knowledge.
Obscure knowledge is this one.
Alright.
Also, you can ask the GM trivia skill.
Oh, no. He's saying it's essentially the GM trivia skill. You don't need to add another skill for that. That's him.
Oh, alright.
That's him trying to make a joke and not making it clear.
Yeah, what obscure knowledge is if your character might happen to know something that you as a player don't know, you can roll that to see if you know it.
Mm-hmm. And then the GM will sit there and fill you in.
So,
Otherwise, you get to be fumbling in the dark.
So,
No.
so poorly in her classes that she needs to be there twice a day.
No, she's still there from yesterday. It's...
I know, I'm
this
making
is
a
still
joke.
Well, she was the little shit that kept destroying half the stuff last campaign, so she needs extra work.
But okay, as you get to about the midway of the trivia portion, the door opens and in walks. Let me get to the token layer so I can actually get. Dang it! I just moved to the wrong layer again, didn't I?
It's visible, but
Yeah, I see him.
Yeah, it's map layer. It's behind the grid.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not. It's token. You're good.
Oh, it is token. It just didn't show right. Okay, fine. I clicked the wrong thing. There we go. This robot walks in. There we go. A different robot.
A huge one.
Geth.
Well, he's actually fairly small. He's about man height. Walks in through the door and interrupts class. Pal seems really irritated at the introduction, asks him what he's doing here. And the robot walks over to Pal and tells him, "It's perfectly fine, don't worry about it," and rests his hand on Pal, at which point Pal deactivates. He then turns towards Orlina and delivers to her a... Actually, you already should have been given the bag of chips earlier, weren't you? So, oh well.
Yeah.
Regardless, we're a little bit out of sequence. I'm not worried about it. Regardless, I'll have him do it. He gives her the bag of microchips as well as, and the microchips, incidentally, are basically you're informed this was supposed to be cracked yesterday. I screwed up. The chips are basically something you can just plug into the ships, and it'll give you the autopilot to get you the hell out of there to send you to your destination.
Thank you, Cookie.
Yeah. Oops. Anyway, so you're provided with that. Cookie says he will be staying behind here for the time being and will join you later. Tala at this point rushes over to Orlina and says, okay, give me the chips, grabs about half the chips, and she says, it's going to take more than one elevator ride to get down there, and I don't trust it. With this friggin' station, I don't trust us not to get separated. So I'm going to take one group, you take the other one, okay?
Okay, sure.
At which point, let's get Orlina off the map, because she's going to leave with group 1. There we go. And Tala is going to walk you guys around towards where the elevator is. If you guys want to try to redirect her to a different location, you can certainly ask her, but that's up to the group. Because she's got her mark.
Straight for the hangars?
Actually going to head for the elevators to go down to Red Sector.
Okay. Well, either way, where the hangar is.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Why are we doing this? Were we in class? Is this going to be on the test?
Yeah, it's on the test. It's the let's steal a starship test.
Why are we stealing a starship?
To go and retake the home system, the old home system, because like I have a mansion there. Or well, sorry, Orlina has a mansion there. I have a house there.
A mansion. Ooh, I bet you there's tons of shiny things for me to play with.
Okay. Between the conversing and eventually getting to the elevator, you guys actually end up getting redirected to another level for a brief time period before you get sent down to Red Sector. So much as was predicted, you were indeed separated.
Someone pushed too many buttons.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was probably Lily.
It was the damn Cheshire always. Always the damn Cheshire.
Look,
The
all these
damn
buttons
cat.
light up when you press them. Watch, when I press this one, it lights up. When I press this one, it lights up. When I press this one, it lights up.
Okay, as you guys are about to arrive on Red Sector, a tablet that is being carried by, did I forget to move let me go move the icons, I screwed that up. Give me 1 second. Okay. There we go. A light on Tala's tablet lights up, and she's just received from Orlina a schematic of what's actually docked down there in Red Sector. Okay, and copy and paste. There we go. So apparently they've already been down there and they've already gotten the schematic and it's been sent to y'all, so you guys will actually know what's already docked there. And I should have already moved players to Red Sector. It should be loading now, and your character should be on the map.
Okay, which ship did Garnoff and Rin and them take to get up here?
Well,
Oh, you guys took a shuttle to get up here initially.
No, not us. Garnoff and Rin and them.
Oh, Garnoff
The
and
adults.
Random? You
Yeah.
don't
Rin
necessarily
would've
know. Most people just take shuttles up here.
I know what my character would drive in.
Well, yeah, the gunslinger ship.
Okay, Ted. Cue Ted, who's on his way walking back over towards his prototype.
Oh, another lot of you. Are you with the other ones, or taking ships with them to go?
Yes, I suppose. Do you know which ship my father took to get here? The Dujari, the swordsman.
I honestly have not seen your father fly.
Well, yes, which one did he ride here?
I don't know. I've been working on decommissioning the Drake, and now I'm over working on my prototype.
Useless. Alright, have fun.
Okay.
Paula pauses for a moment, and she calls over. Let's call over Willie. Actually,
All right.
she said that she tells you that there was supposed to be a group in the third elevator, and unfortunately, she's going to have to just give you guys the chips or at least some of the chips, and head back up to see if she can figure out where the hell they went.
All right. I take the chips and distribute them.
There we go. And she's going to head back up on the elevator to figure out what the hell happened to the other group. There we go.
So, since you're borrowing ships. Need any pointers on which ones are actually jump capable? Because the last group seemed to think that they could take fighters at first.
Fighters. And I thought I paid very little attention in class. I like how the freaking treasure just went down and shook all over the place.
Yeah,
I have no.
Suddenly there was a load error, and then just Lily and everyone just started throwing around the screen on my end.
Yeah, I saw that.
Same here.
But yeah, actually, of the ships that are left here, with exception of the ones down in the fighter bay, most of these are jump capable.
Ooh, what do these buttons do?
Literally anything? I don't know. I don't go in that room. Those are one of those security checkpoint rooms.
Are you going to start pushing buttons randomly?
Yeah, I'm gonna start pushing buttons.
Okay, give me a roll.
What do I roll for that again?
Just rolling generic right now.
Okay.
Okay, give me a D10.
Okay.
Just /R 1D10.
She's using the little thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, this ship right here has just been dropped into space. There we go, GM layer.
Roman tells you to leave the fucking buttons alone.
But they're so shiny!
Somebody's gonna have to go out and collect that thing later.
Fine, I'll go find some other toys to play with.
Wouldn't that be base 6?
No.
Because this one's empty.
No, that one is empty for other reasons. It was this one.
Yeah, I know.
I'll start.
But it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I guess there's not 10 of them. Never mind.
Yep.
Start trim with the snack machines then that are in here.
No, the obnoxious GM was deciding between two ships.
I see.
Yeah, one of Ted's projects just got dropped into space. Someone's totally not going to notice that. If you don't mind, I think I can trust you a little bit more than the others. You mind keeping the kitty away from the buttons?
1 second. While you're yelling at him, at the kitty, I'm actually going to try to steal stuff out of your pocket.
Okay, you've stolen exactly, well, what would Ted have in his pocket? The tech scanner.
Actually, no, you actually have a small data chip. It's a little stick that has it basically looks kind of like a USB drive.
Okay.
Just for the fuck of it, I'm gonna roll and see if I get anything from the vending machines.
Ted over there.
Sorry.
65.
Out of curiosity, is Ted gonna go retrieve that ship or deal with it later?
I'm actually not going to keep the chip. I'm actually going to tell Ted, you should be more careful with these stuff. You drop this and hand it back to him.
Okay.
The skill.
He hands you back the actual the access stick that you're using to get into the prototype, and says you should be more careful with your stuff.
I'm gonna try to use the computer to get some info on the ships. Can I do that?
Okay, give me a roll.
Right. Normal intelligence, right?
Yep. You managed to find a schematic of...
Ooh.
Oh, let's see now. You managed to find a schematic of the computer itself with that roll.
All right.
You found the system properties window.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, now where you go, one ahead.
This way, kitty.
Where do I? No, I want to play with the ships.
You won't get scratchies.
Oh.
Our bigger ships this way.
There's a whole bunch of ships.
Willie's
marked,
disappointed.
So have we decided a ship that we're taking?
Ooh, this one's got purple on it.
It seems we've decided then.
Out of character, I was going to go for the Starfire.
Gonna go for the what?
The Starfire. The really fast
Oh.
starting one.
Oh, that would probably be a good idea too, out of character.
Well,
Actually, just because we're probably going to crash it, we should take Julia's claimed ship of his name.
you have enough jump ship fuel for 2 ships.
So we could take this one, or we could take another one.
Personally, I like the black racer.
I like this one though. It's so colorful. It's like the same color as yarn.
Yarn comes in all colors.
Leave it to the Cheshire.
But the really pretty ones are the best.
I don't know why we're doing this.
You're trying to basically escape from under your parents' thumb to go back to a planet that you consider to be, or sorry, a system that you guys are considering to be your birthright. Or at least Orlean has been insisting that for ages, trying to convince y'all that you need to go back there and retake that system because it should have been yours to begin with, because your parents ran from it with their tails between their legs like a bunch of cowards. Or at least that's her telling of it.
Mm.
Oh.
Which, incidentally, just as a footnote, is a little bit funnier still, because she was like, no, I'm going to stay, I'm going to keep this system. Then they blew up the capital, and she's like, fuck this, I'm out of here.
Yeah, when they blew up a planet, she left.
She's a little sociopath, but she's a really big, just little bitch when it comes to some stuff.
As a side note, Ted is now back to give you pointers if you want to ask about specific ships.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually not on screen.
He's
Which ones of
over
these ships
by
go
his
the
ship.
fastest?
The fastest would be the racers, which. Oh, okay, you drug him across the screen.
Yeah, I was trying to move them for you.
Oh well, it'd be one of the racers. They have the highest speed, and they're also pretty strong, and they can tow shit.
Ooh, a bedroom.
Yes. These these rooms are somewhere between the security offices for the bays and the and like rooms for the individuals who have parked their ships here.
I see.
But
Tell me more about the racers.
Well, this model specifically, the prototype was an attempt at making a more armored, an even more armored one. It was I don't remember what we used as a base. But most of them, we take the racer base and we put components from other ships onto it. For instance, the ones over here, one of them is built from an IS ship, one of them is built from a Kalani ship.
Kalani and Information Society are 2 different nations that are out there.
And the last one, well, that one was built for a Unity member before she. It was a long time ago.
That was mostly salvage.
So what you're telling me is several of these have untested equipment on them.
Well, but by this point, I think they've been flown at least once. But I've had other projects.
Huh.
I put them together. I don't fly them.
Is there still a base racer here? Just an unmodified one?
Oh yes. That's the one that was engineered for a former Unity member before she passed. It's on the far side near my prototype.
Well, thank you for the information.
As far as I know, no one owns it, so you can feel free to. That one, I think it would probably be a benefit if it's no longer taking up space.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah, apparently he's just not been given the order to scrap it yet.
Yeah. Remember, was the Remora jump capable?
Oh, yeah. It's a little bit slower, but it is jump capable.
Does anyone else have preferences on ships?
Well, since Lily's crazy and likes the colors, I would say probably this one, but if you have to drag her somewhere, it's probably a good thing.
Well...
She has a tail to be drugged by, so...
Well, first of all, I'd ask, what amount of fuel are you guys bringing?
They have roughly 5 jump days worth.
And it's about, what, 2.5 to get there.
2.4.
2.4. We need to take
So-
2 ships there, or 1 ship there with enough to get home.
Yeah, so essentially, you have you can approximately take 2 of them. And as much as 2 racers does sound like an interesting gambit. Is that's what you really want to go for? But you only can really take 2 of them, and this is what the other. Well, to be fair, the others took 2, but I think originally they were only going to take the
Drake.
Drake, which was an old ship we got, which was an old ship they got back in the system you're heading to. The reason Ted's being helpful is he's been informed of the situation somewhat by the others.
Kiara in specific basically said, let the kids get the hell out of here, for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, and he was told that Rin had given approval.
Mhm.
Whether or not she truthfully had.
Remains to be seen.
Oh, out of character, I guess we could take the other ship. Lily just wants to press more buttons.
Lily's pressing buttons?
Well, she
Okay.
wants to press more buttons.
Okay.
Any shiny
Lily.
buttons.
Okay, I heard a W in there somewhere.
I got a cough drop in my mouth, so
Well,
probably so.
I don't know about this specific model, really. It was basically just, it was one of the text projects, so, I honestly wouldn't trust it. At this point, 13, you can feel free to correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, you're right. Your memory's spot on with that.
But it might be a bit slower, but behind me here was a ship that we'd had that we'd put together, but never really got around to using. It was a supposedly a boarding vessel. It's basically a shuttle on steroids.
Out of character, it's basically a shuttle with a mining laser on the front.
Well, no,
Yeah.
the Remora there, what it actually does is you basically attach yourself to another ship and it burns a hole through it so you can then try to board it.
Ooh, I forgot about that.
So we got the Drake, we got the Racer, we got the Remora. What do y'all want?
Wait, I thought the Drake was already taken.
The Drake is gone.
Yeah, the Drake was already swiped as well as some fighters to go with it.
Drake,
Gotcha,
the fighter,
yeah.
and Nightshade were taken.
To be honest, I think I want the Racer mostly because it goes really fast for a joyride.
It's a completely valid reasoning.
Yep.
Although, I would say, do any of you know how to fly?
Nope, you've
Nope.
got the autopilot ships, that's about it.
I just know how to
you
press
have those.
buttons.
I was a little bit curious on why I was asked to make those.
It can't be that hard if even my father could do it.
Well, to be fair, I didn't really see him do that often. And I think most of the flying, he didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
So he's picked up a
But in any case, so you have 2. Yeah, essentially, I'd say there's about 3 ships that could disappear and people probably wouldn't notice.
Wait, the Racer can hold all of us, right?
Oh yeah.
Out of character.
Yes.
the group of you guys, yeah, good.
It could definitely hold the remainder of you lot.
Well, I'm okay with any shiny ship.
Okay, so
Yeah, Nodvik gave up the chip required to use a shiny ship. Anyway.
What?
Oh, nothing.
Your ship.
I said the one that's actually shiny on here, Nodvik just gave back the chip, he'd need to access it.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I don't really want us to be in that ship anyway. So.
wait, he stole the keys to the prototype.
Yeah, and then gave them back to you.
It's
So
a
you gotta
good
be more
thing.
careful you drop this.
Yeah, because that is not the sort of thing you want the party leaving with.
No.
That would be noticed.
Yep.
I think I like the idea of the Racer. It sounds like it'd be really fun.
Yeah, the stars will look like streaks on out the window. Be like a bunch of laser beams.
Ooh,
Okay,
laser
and,
beams.
So the more practical two. which would you prefer? The racer behind me, who was thrown together by the tech team. I couldn't tell you what they were thinking when they put it together, but you know, or in front of me is the Remora. It is I'm pretty sure Unity would not miss it.
It's never actually been used, so they've had it for ages.
Yeah. And it should be in pretty good shape. It was built back to specifications. You can thank a little tournament friend of mine if he was still here, but he's not at the moment. I think he stayed back. So, Willie, Lizard Man.
I'm not Lizard Man.
No, Willie, Lizard Man.
Lizard Man.
Ted's not good with names.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Willie's he's cat dog.
Yes, I know.
You're not good
right.
at species then.
No, he was talking. He was addressing the two of them.
And got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
There was a comma in there.
I was not clear as to the comma location.
Okay, so which do you two think? Well, I should say you, because I think Alex is still gone.
I guess the racer could be, the speed could be useful.
Yeah. Theoretically, it could be. I'm gonna tell you, the Cyberpath tech team from the old system, they had a really hard time keeping track of things. I mean, at one point they tried to put together a repair spider, and they didn't think to put actuators on the torso so it could wiggle the end of its legs, but it wouldn't go anywhere.
Like I said, untested equipment. I'll take I would rather be in the base one.
Yes, that's why I actually would recommend the Remora. It is 100%. Well, okay, I can't say it's 100% stock. They kind of found it half blown up, but they did put it back together the way it was originally, minus the holes.
Not very confident in that.
Since when has Ted ever been good at selling things to people? Okay.
Right.
Anyways,
Never did pick up haggling.
No, he did not. For a side note to everyone who doesn't know this, Ted ended up being the lead engineer behind Unity after the previous one. We'll call it retired.
Yeah, went home.
Yeah, so Ted took over and had to deal with the tech team, and he understood why Gowrie was so stressed all the time.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Alex, since you missed up to this point, in front of we're currently at 2 ships left to discuss. One is fast and untested. The other one is a little bit slower, but has a good amount of torque to it, and has the ability to cut holes in other ships to board them.
I vote the attack craft, the one with the cutter.
Okay. So are we deciding on the Remora and one of the racers then?
Yep. His name is my preference.
Okay. So the Remora and his name both would probably not be missed, because his name has basically just been sitting there in memorial to really. And besides, this means Ted can build more shit. You know.
Empty bays is good for you. There's actually a whole bunch of fighters that he didn't even realize were supposed to be built that were built, so granted, those you can't jump with.
Yeah. By the way, Rita, are you going to go and try to retrieve the ship that Lily sent out into space?
I guess. I'll call security and tell them that we had a malfunction.
You had yet another Cheshire incident.
We had
another Cheshire incident.
You know, by now there's a code for it. You might think I'm making a joke. I'm not. There is.
It's code NIP.
Code NIP. Oh.
Catnip.
Yep.
Yeah. We at one point someone tried to plant parsley out in the park area. It did not end well.
There's certain Lily chimes in with.
Ooh, parsley. What about catnip? I like catnip.
Parsley and run towards the green section again. would have to grab you by the tail.
Okay,
Aw.
so those of you who are getting on the Remora, head out. Let me just move that to the GM
Okay.
layer. There we
I'll
go.
just move-
So Remora is then accounted for. What's now that Ted's distracted with making his call? What other ship would you like to grab?
Which one's the Remora?
The one
The
that I just took
Remora.
off the map.
Was the big one that was right there.
Yeah, and
Well-
effectively anyone who wanted it is aboard it. So that'd be, I believe, Slick and Willie, and that'd leave Lily and Vitra to claim the his name.
No, I'll let you all
Yes, we're
decide
gonna
amongst
go
your group of you which ones you want to grab. Are you going to grab the racer for the second?
Yeah.
Is,
Yep,
I'm gonna hop
we're
into
doing the
this.
racer.
Poor
the
Renegade.
Remora was the one with the cutting laser?
Yes.
Yes.
I would have been
Yes.
on there.
Okay,
The
rock
boarding
on.
laser. Yep.
So we have the boarding ship. Yay. Great, because there's an internal map on that one. Ah. Okay, and are you going to go grab the Black Racer or one of the other ones?
The black
Or
one.
some other ship? You can always sit there and just wander around a little bit further and check to see what else is out there.
Yeah, we're gonna do the black racer.
Okay,
Okay.
we will pop. I will go and pop that on the map then. Copy.
Technically, there's also
and-
the Hippogriff. I'm not sure if anyone missed the Hippogriff. Once the unknown prototype's finished, the Hippogriff would probably be pretty outdated.
Mm-hmm. It's a little updated now. That's one of Gowry's designs. One of her earlier designs of that. Granted, it's just
be
an
honest.
upgrade of another ship.
To be honest, this is the most interesting looking one now.
Which one?
They
Oh.
apparently remodeled Angry Testicle.
Oh.
Oh,
How did we miss that last night?
The little round one, that's actually a Cheshire ship.
Oh,
That
okay.
That was the other one that would have
It's the
dropped
ball
out
of
the
yarn.
bottom.
Yeah, that was the other one that would have dropped. It was going to be either the extra human ship or the extra Cheshire ship.
Yep.
You called that one right, Ren?
Well, yeah, you're not gonna drop one of the Black Church fighters. But
Definitely not.
Fuck.
you technically have two ships that are capable of a fair amount of towing.
Okay, after that first ship has left, you guys can decide what you want to do in terms of the other one.
I'm pretty sure they've literally closed on this being the ship.
Yep.
Okay, so we're taking the black one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
Okey-doke.
Black Racer.
Copy and launch. There we go. And let me get to the next map segment here.
Truth be told, the Starfire is the better ship, but they
Oh, yeah.
might need that if something comes to the system, so.
Still thinking about Unity, even though you're leaving them behind. Got it.
Mhm.
It works for me. And
That's
actually,
probably
if you were to try to get to the one at the far end of the row, Ren was there to interrupt you. Not Ren, Ren. So
Yep.
she would have intercepted you on that one.
I was trying to
On
find
this-
out what ship that Garnoff and them came in, so I'd go on and sneak on board and steal the sword that Garnoff never let me play with when he was teaching me swordsmanship.
No, good luck with that.
Speaking of
Okey
which,
dokey.
so when you said the other end, do you mean the unknown prototype?
W-R-E-N, Ren.
Yeah, I know. Which, the unknown prototype or the Damocles?
The
The
Damocles.
Damocles.
Damocles, okay.
Yeah, the Orion is out doing useful things, so she's in charge of the Damocles for now.
And Rin's off being in charge, so she doesn't get to fly her ships.
Mm-hmm.
Except for when she managed to dodge out of the room and, do it herself. But,
Okay, in any case, y'all launch and get into space. Now, space is a big map here, so it might take you a second to find the arrow here on the screen when you zoom out a touch here. However, you are Paradox Point. There we go. And Nodrick's already ahead of me. Stop that.
Oh, that was Ren. Or Retta.
that was me.
It's purple.
Okay, it is a 2.4-day ride from Paradox Point, which is the system you're currently residing in, back to the Echelon system. And it's a long, kind of boring journey. Nothing of real interest seems to happen. And then you come out of jump space. As you come out of jump space, you're almost immediately hailed. Identify yourselves or be destroyed.
Press the button, say we're Unity.
What is your business here? At which point there's a break in the line briefly as somebody with a deep voice that you don't recognize tries to say something along the lines of, "Are you looking for another shooting war? We've already had one group come here. I'm sure they're just inspecting properties as well. Come on, stop being dickheads." At which point they say, "Okay, what's your business here, Unity?"
We have
Nope.
homes here. We are coming to our property.
And what property is this that you wish to inspect? Do you have the deed?
All of our ships are showing up at around this time, right?
Yeah, your ships should be showing up on the map.
Yeah.
The person with the deed should have come ahead of us. Were you not informed?
All right, you may proceed. Incidentally, the voice that contacted you from a orbital station by Gamma.
Where all these
Oh, okay.
colorful lights are.
Thought it was the people around Theta.
Nope.
I'm gonna say Lily,
No.
who was sleeping, wakes up and says, "Ooh, look at the pretty lights. Can we go there? Can we go there?"
Just look at the flashy billboard and be entertained.
Yep.
Yeah,
This here, incidentally, is a Tazcore billboard that advertises Tazcore stuff from orbit, and it's moved from planet to planet periodically.
And Tazcore is basically space Walmart.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
What the heck happened to Alpha? Oh, Alpha's over there. That's something else. What the heck is that thing?
It's a colony pod.
Yeah, things have
No,
changed. Well, it's a space colony,
That
but yeah,
thing.
that's a space colony.
Colony satellite.
Orbital satellite, yeah. And it has a colony there. Or actually business offices, but hey.
Nifty.
Because Tazcore is taken over. Welcome to Walmart.
And what you do is you get a really. And what you do is you steal one of their briefcases and you just start pushing it closer and closer to the sun.
So did Lena tell us where we were actually going once we got here?
No, she neglected to do so. In her typical fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Station at Beacon deal. And
Yep.
the thing is, she would I think that Yang would have taken them up on the offer, so I'll validate her being there.
Let's see now. You could do that if you'd like. Give me 1 second to grab everyone off the map here.
Oh,
Copy.
Oh, you got a critical success in local
according
history.
to my recollections of class, we should probably be heading for Ada.
Ooh. No, you shouldn't.
I want to go to those pretty lights where that space is, or where that space station is. I want to go there.
Give me a second here to get myself figured out here.
Is it? You do not want to try and land either of those ships on Delta.
Didn't say Delta.
Okay, let me get back to the map here on my end. Give me 1 second. There we go. Okay, so where y'all gonna head?
Well, she didn't tell us where, but I remember, according to history, according to that 3, that the base that we had was on Ada.
At this point, your nav system is basically set so that you can just press a button and it'll bring you wherever you press. So, of course, your computer use is a little bit crap, but of that, one of the buttons is labeled orbital station Ada. But there's no orbital station at Ada. Go figure.
Interesting. I'll press that button.
Okay. Let's go now. You actually start heading towards the orbital station that's actually around Gamma.
Oh.
Interestingly enough.
Willie and Salik, what are y'all doing?
I think we're gonna press the same button.
Okay. And it's bounce you to the next map. And give me 1 second to grab these little suckers here.
Did you hear? She's supposed to be on the thing, taking up him on the offer to learn how to do some technical skills.
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay.
but I'm not going to go grab your character right now because hassle. Okay, copy. You'll be on one of the other levels on the station. That's when they arrive. Initially, at least. There we go. And I'm going to have to resize these. Give me 1 second, but I'll get you initially on the map. There we go. Rotate. There's already a fairly large ship docked to the map as you got. Docked to the station rather as you guys pull up. And let me get the Remora on here. You're actually going to have to basically land at two different times. Actually, no, the Remora we can just dock on this side, I think. Here we go, because it's a somewhat smaller ship. There we go. So Remora is going to dock there, and the Racer is going to dock over. Let me get it resized if my hands will cooperate with me here. Okay, and the Racer is going to actually dock on the main side over here. Little things going to a little platform extend so that you can actually disembark. They look like they're crossing, but they're at different elevations, so that's all good.
So Lily and I will be coming from this side, and these two. Wait, that's not Sleek or Sleek. There he is. Sleek comes up over there. Cool.
And you, let's see now. It's Yin that'll be up here. You said.
It'll be Yang.
Yang, rather. Sorry. There we go. I get the names mixed up on those. I will pop you on the elevator in a second. There we go.
Okay.
There we go. Elevator. And we get to haul off the map here. She's next trip. Because she was about useless this time as well. There we go. Okay, as you arrive up here, you are greeted by a Taraman who's wearing what's referred to as a portable fish tank, or at least that's what it's been nicknamed. It's essentially a spacesuit that instead of having air pumped through it, it has water pumped through it.
Read Aura.
Ooh, stink.
Rolling like crazy today.
Mm-hmm.
Lily's gonna start trying to tap on it.
He grabs your hand and says, "What is with you cat people trying to tap on my glass?" As he winces, he says, "That's very uncomfortable to me."
Meow. Why not? You're a fishy.
I don't know why Unity ever agreed to an alliance with your people, he grumbles. The second one today.
Oh,
You
read
usually keep them
surface
busy
slots?
with laser pointers. Nice.
She's gonna go over here now and just search through some stuff.
Sorry about that.
Trash can.
Glurp says, please don't do that. Some of the stuff's explosive.
Oh.
Yayo at this point comes into the room and he's like, "We have a little bit of a problem." Glurp goes, "What?" He says, "She crashed it. She crashed it." Yeah, your character. This is why your character's not quite here yet. He'll be arriving shortly. He's like, "Yeah, she crashed. She crashed the damn Nightshade." Glurp says, "How many times has she crashed ships now?" Yayo shrugs. He's like, I'm going to head out on patrol and just check out things a little bit. I have to move some of the orbital satellites. But yeah, the cyclotron shot them down. Great job giving him advice on that one. Glurp kind of shrugs it off. And he says, "Well, anyway, welcome to the system. The mansion's on Gamma. Do you need me to program in the coordinates so you can go down there? Or is one of you guys a pilot?"
That would be much appreciated. Because we're not really flying. There's a little thing that we put in that's flying for us. None of us really know how yet.
Well, in that case, what I'll do is I'll see about having these ships taken care of, and I'll just send you down in the spare shuttle.
Okay.
And he sits there and spends a couple moments programming the autopilot on the shuttle, and then he's going to send you down to the surface. Yoink, and let me paste you all down there.
You paste.
And paste. Oops, I only have Yang. Dang it, get Yang off there. Stop that.
Yay, my mansion.
Yeah, let me just go to the relay station and grab everyone that's supposed to be there at the moment. Well, you guys, that is.
It's friendly.
I'll throw Yang over here. Technically.
And try not to grab the fighter in the process here. There we go. Copy. I think I got everyone. I'll look at everyone. We will find out in a moment. Shortly after you arrive, a second shuttle comes in that actually has the people from the first group. You arrive a little bit after they do. Basically, after they've gotten settled, you guys manage to show up. Where do we go? Get to the right map there. There we go. Sorry about that. And paste you all on here. Oops, I grabbed Glorp by mistake. Okay, who am I missing?
Lily.
Lily. Okay, let me go get the damn shusher.
She's still on the shuttle.
Yeah, probably. There we go.
She was looking at so much shiny things.
And they're blinking and shining and flashing and oh my gosh, it's so overwhelming. Shusher.
And every time I push this one, an alarm sounds, but it's a funny sounding alarm.
Pretty much. There we go. Lily finally gets drug off. There we go. So, yeah, you have arrived at your destination, your final destination of sorts. It's basically let known to you that they crashed one of the ships and they're going to have to send a group out there at some point to see about, well, retrieving it is not exactly the word, seeing as they tore the wings clear off of it. It's going to have to get rebuilt at some point, but they're going to need to secure the area because right now it's crawling with wolves. Okay, technically they're called zebra dogs, but effectively wolves.
Facebook.
And technically speaking, that's it. Incidentally, eventually people are going to have to figure out where they're staying, and initially most folks will most likely be staying in the top floor of the mansion. Let me just bounce you right quick there. Wait a minute, I don't actually have you guys selected right now. Let me select the group if I can. Yeah, I'll just put you up on the map for now. To heck with it, it doesn't matter. There we go. Actually, that'll be amusing. Let me move these out here because I didn't clear this map yesterday, apparently. Okay, give me 1 second to grab y'all. Let's see. There. Okay, there's the right layer. And I probably missed somebody again because I usually do, and I do not want to put the tank inside the building. I did that yesterday with one of the ships already. Ah! When you move around, it resets my selector. There we go. Ah! Again.
Sorry.
That's okay. Just give me 1 second here. Okay, I think I got everyone this time.
I know Lily has thrown weapons, but could she also throw stuff at the things that pop up in the shooting range and count as training?
You might break the screen.
No, you'd break the damn screen in that case, but you can go outside and throw things at basically, whether it be the dirt or what have you. Yeah, that can be done as well.
Okay, she could do that stuff.
Okay, you guys go and check upstairs where you are greeted by one that arrived in the other group as well as a tank, apparently. Let me not paste that, preferably. Give me 1 second to move
Did you put my tank in my build-in?
Yeah. There we go. You guys are shown to the sleeping area upstairs, so you know where the heck it is, at least. And you're told that downstairs there's plenty of room for training, well, pretty much whatever you'd like to. Pop you all back down there right quick.
So I need to put a bed in there for me.
And let me grab Orlina off here so she can give you guys a tour of downstairs.
Give me a moment. I brought my bed with me.
There we go.
You just put Orlina like 2 feet from Orlina.
Oops, I didn't realize that. It didn't occur to me that she was already on there. Never mind, got her.
And I'll just
eyes are a little wonky at the moment.
There we go. I put my bed on the balcony.
Okay, rock on. If you
fishbowl.
Yep. Okay, so you can train a number of different skills here. There's also a full setup there, so if you want to work on, for example, medical skills, there's a medical simulator up here, and it also can work as an actual place to, pick somebody up if need be. There's also a Starship Bridge simulator if you eventually want to work on that. There's a shooting range down here, and moving the couches and whatnot out of the way, you could actually do some practice sparring in that area there.
Elena, what is this thing?
What is what? Oh, that's a pool table. Billiards. You use sticks to hit those balls around.
Doesn't sound like fun at all.
It's a place for knocking balls around.
Yeah, your father actually did pretty good at it, if I remember what my mom told about stories.
It's really fun. We should play. I could probably kick your ass on it.
Already trying to hustle the new meat.
Oh yeah, always.
That's how Arlena rolls.
Actually, she never picked up the gaming skill. Whoops.
Yep. She's just all talk.
Well, of course.
Okay,
It seems to have been a rather...
if there are any skills that you'd like to train while you're here, pick your skill, and you can pick your skill or skills, and you get 5 chances to roll to try to see if you can get a crit.
All right, I'm gonna say that Lily went outside. I'm too lazy to move her and starts training her thrown weapons.
I'll go 3 into trying to pilotry, and then I'll go with Lily and try to train dodge against her throwing for the other 2.
Okay, cool.
So, pilotry 1. Ooh. Pilotry 2. Pilotry 3. I do get pilotry 1.
Rock on.
I'm going with 5 times computer operation.
Okay, cool. There is, of course, a lab for that. That lab is actually, you can go in actually through anywhere in by the training station there. There we go. Lily, you got your check.
And dodge. Well, she managed to hit me twice, that's for damn sure.
Sweet.
But on that crit, you get your check mark. And you already have that skill, right?
Yes, she does.
Okay, so that's your first of 2.
Yep,
then.
I already have thrown weapons. Yep.
Rock on. You have your first of 2.
Is there like a starship gunnery skill?
Yes, you can
Yes.
actually,
Yes.
that can be trained up here. It's just
general
called gunnery. It
gunnery.
applies to starships or
As well
tanks.
as
I
man
would
turrets.
love to train in that.
I'll give it a
Okay,
couple shots,
but-
up to 5.
Eventually roll 5.
You can roll up to
Pick your
5
skill.
times. You basically get 5 free trainings on whatever skill you'd like to try to train on each session.
What do I roll?
Your generic D100.
And what you're looking
5.
for is 10 or less.
Okay.
10 or less is always a crit.
How do I hit that macro again?
If you don't already have it on the bottom bar, go to the top right corner of the screen. The second button from the right is 3 lines and 3 dots for collection, and there is your macros. You'll find generic D100. Check the box for in bar, and the button will appear on the bottom left of your screen.
Okay.
So no on the first one. There you go.
Nice. There's one
Plus-
check.
That's his first one, so I'll just be gaining the skill at rank 1.
There you go.
Nice! You get rank
Nice.
1 plus a check.
Rock on. Very
Okay.
well done. You actually do a phenomenal job with it. Incidentally, write down gunnery, put it at rank 1, and in with the little crit boxes, put an extra check in there.
And is that based on agility?
is
It's
reflex.
on reflex.
Reflex.
Actually, is it switched to hit in this one? I think it might be.
That's up to
Gunnery,
you.
no, yeah, gunnery is hit. That's
yeah,
right.
we switched to hit this time around. Now, that's partially because you can get modifiers based upon either the ship or gear that you're wearing.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's why you're
all-
freaking out. It started raining outside. Sorry,
okay.
dog.
There we go.
Can we justify Yang went up to the station to test to practice?
Yeah. You can take your rolls on Yang if you absolutely want to. Yep, go
Yep.
for it. I mean, seeing as that's something that helps everyone in the end. So.
That was not what I was clicking on. That was a miss.
It's number 1.
That's number 1. Yeah. I'm gonna have to modify my rolls. Give me a sec. That's this.
But yeah, a lot of the ranking up in this is actually based upon how many crits you get. You basically spend your crits to actually rank up. So, for example, if you're rank 0, all you need to do is get that 1 crit, and you can get your first rank in it.
Okay.
And then from that point, for rank 2, you're basically, once you have 2 crits, you can spend those crits to rank it up, etc. There are also build points you can get, but realistically, it's generally a lot easier and better to just upgrade by spending crits.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Now, like, did you? You have to look at the coffee cup.
That wasn't me.
That wasn't you?
That is not me moving things right now.
Give me 1 second here.
It was me. I fixed it. Don't worry. I accidentally moved it and then I had to fix it.
Is there like a teamwork bonus? Like the guy who's training piloting, if I'm training Starship Gunnery at the same time, do we get like, hey, when the two of us get together, we get a bonus?
If you find someone that has instruction and rank 4 or above in a skill, they can train it to you, and it is much more much more effective than trying to learn it on your own. Yes.
But you'd have to
But
find a proper
instruction-
trainer for it, somebody with instruction.
No.
Instruction
You
is an
don't-
actual skill, which you can actually try to get yourself by trying to use it once you have rank 4 in at least one skill. However, failing instruction hard enough without having it ahead of time can actually cost you a skill level.
Yeah. On the note of instruction,
I wasn't
there's
talking
a
about
person that
instruction.
actually has that, but they'd probably have to practice it in some way beforehand.
Anyway, sorry. What were you saying? Asking rather.
I wasn't talking about instruction. I was talking about teamwork.
Oh,
Just two of you training together does not really give you a bonus. No, but both of you just have a chance to gain.
Okay.
When you find someone with instruction, though, they can train you, so they get to roll, and then you get to roll. And it's much more effective than just relying on crits.
it basically just gives you a bonus to crit, essentially, during that one occasion. But it'll only give you a bonus for your next crit. In any case, let's see now. We're doing pretty well. Now, I didn't actually bother to give out the bonuses last round. Which character was Mindy playing yesterday?
She was playing
She was-
Tiger.
Yeah, she was playing the cat.
That's right, the Carazon. I just forget. There we go.
Mindy's other character, and who else is on Monday?
And I heard water.
Mindy's other character is not going to be on Monday. They're technically already in system.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So, actually, she said she was going to play Monday, so she probably will be playing the other one.
Yeah, that's why I left Terrence behind to play with her and the other person that needed to come. So.
Yep. Yeah, and the other one is Acer.
Yes.
Or Ace, rather.
Got it.
And be there. I should be open for it as well, but I'll just basically be Ted telling them, that they.
You can be Ted again
because
because he gets no credit for nothing.
And
Yep, he gets credit for nothing. He's just there.
if you guys want me, I could be around just to play Oralina for a little bit.
If you want to do a couple of seconds with her, that's optional, but it's not required, certainly.
Okay.
I'm going
Right.
to be. I have to stand in there to go and get the third group.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Play Oralina.
Okay. Well, everybody that's played so far should be getting one bonus, which they can put as a check into any skill they'd like.
Just any
Well,
skill they
any
want.
skill that's been used, I should say.
Okay.
And that
So you
does mean that if you'd like to pick up obscure knowledge that you missed earlier, you can do that now.
I could put it into the gunnery if I wanted.
Yes.
No. Well, no, yeah, you do have a
this
check
is your
already.
free check. This is your free check. This is
Yeah.
a free check to any skill.
Yep. So that should give you 2 checks in total, so you can spend both checks up your gunnery to rank 2.
Okay. Increased your vehicle maintenance.
Okay.
And seeing what my new goal number is, I managed to get a crit. It means nothing though. Already done my test for today. Okay.
Does that mean I can get the rank of obscure knowledge?
Yes. You can
Yes,
get-
you can spend.
Yep. That skill was used today, so you can get that rank now.
Okay.
Yeah, you can only rank up skills after a session that you actually used during the session.
Okay.
Or that you've used
Probably.
here between, yeah, you have to have the check in use to be able to update it. So,
That includes naps, right?
yes.
So does that mean I have the second check for empathy for Yin, or does that not count?
You
did
you
use
used that
empathy
last
yesterday.
session constantly, so yes, it's been used.
There we go. So that means I grab.
No wonder you
No.
felt the need to say that you might get warned to stop.
My accidental
I
fuck up.
No, No,
Wait.
that was Mindy that did that.
Oh,
Oh yeah. You know, my accidental fuck up when I was talking to Cyanide last campaign worked out well because we actually have a base for Unity now, at least for the kids.
It's almost as if it was planned.
Yeah, GM.
Hey, I had no idea which structure you're going to purchase. You had your money. I had how many maps set up? Come on.
Well, that's true.
I could have
This
been
one just was the
rebuilding any
nicer
map.
of them.
This one just worked out nicely because, you know, some of y'all are a little bit predictable. Which
Get
is
wrecked.
why that crash map was already ready.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
we could only find a stripper pole that actually looked like a decent stripper pole to throw in here.
You know, I asked if it could be put in NAC, but honestly, I'm gonna put it in Dodge.
Okay, good idea.
And
Yeah,
I just was
have
grabbing
to
telepath.
Make sure to
telepathic-
let you know that her Tarzan gets one as well. Unless you want to just note it, because yeah, everybody gets their free check.
I put it in to get telepathic link so that that's out of the way.
One check for an ability doesn't sound right.
No, it was a rank 2 knack, and I had already had one in there and was banking it for it.
Ah,
Hey, the little medical bay thing, I can use that to train first aid, right?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yes, just not.
Okay, I'll
So
do that next time.
so that when you get told to react, you can do first aid.
Oh,
Well, and that's how Lusky died. My
Yeah.
poor Argonian maid.
yeah, should have played possum, didn't.
If
No.
people think you're dead, let them think that.
Yeah, pro tip.
It was going to be a late night.
Anyway, that should be it for this session. This is more so intro than anything else. We will be continuing. Well, I'll be trying to run at least one session every weekend, and during the week, all it takes is basically 3 people to say, "Hey, we're all on. You want to run a session?" and then give me like an hour to prep. And
Cool.
that's generally that.
Alright.
Yeah, so, if we want to do another Sunday session like this, we could totally do it, if you guys are both available.
I'm normally working Sunday mornings. This was a rare special treat for me.
Okay.
It's literally pretty much any day during the week. You just pop into Game Related and see if anyone's available, and we just go.
Step in, type in that you're open and for what time, and then you call it.
There have been weeks where we had sessions every day. There have been weeks where we've had a session a week or less. Just depends on if people are available or not.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Play as often or as infrequently as you'd like. It doesn't technically matter in this particular thing. You could have somebody that barely ever plays come in and just do really well with the crits and level up a bunch of stuff. So, anywho, let me stop the